What's up, YouTube? Today we have a battle against May, so let's get started. This is going to be part 4 of my Gym Leader Challenge. We're on to Erika now, and this team is composed of a Venusaur, Victory Bell, Vileplume, Exeggutor, Tangrowth, and Bellossom. And I thought, Erika, a lot of grass Pokemon. I figured I'd make a Sunny Day team. And based off chlorophyll. This one was actually the hardest so far. It took me the most time to actually get a win out of this. So I lost many a time because they would bring one single fire type, and most of my Pokemon have hidden power fire on them. So they couldn't touch them even in the sun. And others times when they didn't bring they would bring something. It was that was effective to fire. It was it was Heatran, so I can't attack fire with fire because of flash fire on Heatran. And my only other move, I believe, is Exeggutor. Maybe has a Psyshock or something. I can't even remember, but yeah, it's not very effective on Steel. So. It was a real hassle trying to get a good game on this. And this game, I'm sorry, it's kind of hacksy. I get really lucky with this win, but it was a real challenge to get something, to get a match where I win with this. So this is the only one I ever got. So sorry if it embarrasses the person I beat. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully you don't mind, but. My challenge to you guys, if you're complaining that, I only won by hacks or by luck, I challenge you to use this team and get a, 3-0 win, 2-0 or more win with this team, and it's not a sweep. Because I played probably 8 matches with this, and this is the only one I could get a win with. The only reason I take out this, Darmanitan is because of chlorophyll and a Venusaur with a poison or sludge bomb. So that was another huge threat to my team, and I was just fortunate enough to have chlorophyll on. And so all these Pokemon have chlorophyll, well, most of them do, and it's very useful because it doubles their speed in the sun, just like Sandrush, my Sandrush. Styling that I use my OE Masters pretty often. It's very useful because most of you guys are otherwise very slow. So, I'll talk about the gameplay now. My Venusaur gets taken out by the Electivire due to a sun-boosted Fire Punch. So, I go to my Victory Bell here, and what he doesn't know is this Victory Bell has Sucker Punch. So, I'm able to take out another threat on his Electivire because not many of my Pokemon can do much to it. So, that was good. I lose some Life Orb damage as he goes into his Terrakion, and it actually still outspeeds me even with chlorophyll, so that was kind of surprising. I believe, yeah, okay, I leave it. I live it. I go for Sleep Powder here because I'm well aware that the Terrakions often run Choice Scarfs, which obviously it is. And so that was my only hope, was to put it to sleep. And this Leaf Blade is going to be able enough to take it out. It's got a Life Orb, Stab, and it's pretty high base power move. So fortunately enough, we could take that out. And goes back into a Starmie here, and I'm just going to Sucker Punch this. Bad move on his part, because that's going to take it out, because, Starmie's not known for any defense. And so that's 3 by Victory Bell. Work here, he's already taken out 3, so kudos to him. And yeah, goes on into his Red Gyarados, cleverly nicknamed Iron Blue, despite the fact it's not blue. So gets the Intimidate on my Exeggutor. I don't remember what I go for here. I'm sorry, this was a long while back. He goes for a Stone Edge. My Exeggutor avoids it, fortunately. I go for a Leech Seed. So, I gotta get residual damage on this Gyarados, because that's essentially what Exeggutor does. It's kind of like a substall with it has Sleep Powder, Leech Seed, Substitute, and Psyshock. So and it's a bulky set. So, well, not bulk. Oh, it has Giga Drain. Maybe it does not have Sleep Powder. I'm sorry. I lose track of them because it's been so long. But so Giga Drain, Psyshock, I believe, Substitute, and Leech Seed. So yeah, it's just getting all its HP back from residuals and Giga Drain. So it's not much this Gyarados can do. I mean, look at that. It just recovered, I think, more than it did. So he switches into his Ferrothorn to take another Giga Drain, which, whatever. I don't mind. I don't really envision this Ferrothorn doing much for my Exeggutor. And he recovers his damage. I subbed to see what he was going to do, what his motives were, because I'm a detective, and it gets paralyzed, so there's the hacks coming into play already. I Psyshock, just figuring, like, at this point I didn't think it could do anything to me, really, because I'd keep getting, but, so I just kept going for Psyshock. And somehow this, I didn't think this substitute would fade from a Gyro Ball, but apparently it does. So I go for another Psyshock, knowing, obviously substitute would be useless on account of the fact it can break it. And it goes for another Gyro Ball, and I wanted to see how much damage it would do, and it does a lot, actually. It does about 150. But I have a Harvest set on my Exeggutor. And, you know how useful those things are. I think it's 50% chance you get your berry back. So, look at this. I get 2 HP boosts in 1 turn. So that's very useful. And at this time, actually, I didn't know that it was only 50%. So I just relied on knowing. I thought this Ferrothorn wouldn't be able to do anything to me, so I could just stay in and harvest off all my berries. But yeah, it's only a 50% chance you get it back, I believe. And so yeah, it's not very good, because Exeggutor is actually pretty valuable when it comes to that Gyarados, because we find out that Gyarados can't actually do much. It doesn't have Ice Fang, I believe. It only has Waterfall and Stone Edge, so it can't do much. So if I would have known that, I probably would have been more conservative with my Exeggutor. I switch in Blossom here to do some damage on this. And yeah, see here is where another pair of hacks. So he switches out here back into Gyarados, and this is where it gets kind of stally in the match, because honestly, I think at this point, if I remember correctly, it was 2-2, and we both only have 2 Pokemon. So, and that Ferrothorn can actually do some damage against that Blossom. So the only way, what I'm trying to say is the only way this person could win was kind of strategic switching, to be honest. So this is where it gets kind of stally, but unfortunately it doesn't drag out. So he wisely goes for Dragon Dance here as I switch in, knowing I can't do all that much, because I think that Blossom has Solar Beam, so that would take two turns to charge. So that wouldn't really work out in my favor. And he's at +1, and goes for Stone Edge. It doesn't take me out of live with a smidgen, and 27 HP. Go for a Giga Drain, and that does maybe a fifth. I don't even know. And here's where I was looking for, like, hold on a second. Yeah, here's where I was looking for my Harvest, and I was like, oh, I'll be fine. And I realized I didn't. This is where I realized it's not 100%. So he gets another Stone Edge, but here's where the hacks come in. he misses, and I'm able to take it out. So it's 2 versus 1, but we're still not out of the woods yet. I go for a side shot just to get some damage off on this thing, and see what it will do. And it goes for a gyro ball, and I think that takes me out. Yeah, it takes me out. But at this point, you know, it's still paralyzed, so it all comes down to whether or not this hidden power fire from a Velocim will kill. And you know, I hate it to end this way, but I live with 36 with Stealth Rocks. Go for the hidden power fire, and that's going to take out the Ferrothorn. So yeah, hacks definitely came into play in this match, but nonetheless, good game. Sorry it had to work out that way. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more videos.